me and Terry Sullivan did on one of our big time memory show, we tackled this whole issue. And the thing to have the Sheik's name associated with the box office robbery is not true. It was all perpetrated by his son, Eddie Farhat Jr. And what ended up happening, I wasn't there at the time. I was off managing, in Canada with George Cannon, his Superstars of Wrestling at the time. But the Funks had come in, Gary Hart had come in, they were trying to help the Sheik, build the territory back up because crowds had really dwindled, down to, 3,000, maybe 4,000 tops. So they were trying to rebuild the territory. So he was bringing in these guys. So what happened, after the show was over, Joyce Farhat had already left. And Eddie Farhat Jr. come bursting in the dressing room, and Terry Sullivan was standing there with Terry Funk and Dory Funk and a couple other photographers, Brian Buchanan, rest his soul, who just passed away this past week, and Brad McFarland. They were in the dressing room and they saw this too. Eddie Farhat Jr. comes busting in and goes, "Oh, the box office has been robbed. The box office has been robbed." Terry and the Funks look at each other and go, what? Really? So it was, Eddie Farhat Jr. who perpetrated that whole scheme. Joyce Farhat had already left. She wasn't involved in it. And you can't involve the Sheik in it either because he was down in Louisville, Kentucky that night against Andre the Giant, I believe it was. So he wasn't even there. So he didn't even know. And if the Sheik was there, that would have never have happened. So take away the Sheik's name with any kind of box office robbery. It was his son who was a con man and a goof, Eddie Farhat Jr.